What you sharing? Scotty Scoop, you are up with a
Comic book.
comic book.
This is a new comic book that just came out
Uncanny
last week.
Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny Valley. This is by Boom Studios. Writer is Tony Fleecs. Illustrator is Dave Wachter. This is, you see the guy here in the green shirt with the little white stripe. That is Oliver. He is I'm just going to give you the basic premise of the book. He is a 12-year-old boy. He has been moving from town to town. Him and his mother there in the scrubs. They are just kind of on the move. They're like nomadish, like, hey, we're moving from town to town. I go where the work goes. Mm-hmm. So he's had some incidents at school. Very strange. Trying to make friends. Some troublemakers. They go out to this, I would say, like maybe a dried up creek bed. They jump off like 15 feet. What's the worst that could happen? Well, these two kids break their legs. And when he falls into the creek bed, he leaves a kid-shaped hole in the ground. And, you know, they were skipping school. They bring him back. They call his mom into the office like, hey, your son's having some behavioral issues. Last week he set a fire in the lunchroom. And a couple of days after that, he was causing a disturbance in shop class by jumping over tables and doing some crazy stuff. We're going to suspend him. And she's like, well, how come you didn't tell me about all this stuff? Well, you know, we got a 3-strike rule. So this is the third incident. We're going to have to suspend him for a couple of days. He's going, you know, they're on the ride home. Like, what? I've been working on this thing in school on my family tree, and it's just a stick. You know, I know I've got me and I've got you. You won't tell me anything about my family. Well, you don't really need to know about that. She kind of glazes over it. They get home, and this mysterious murder of crows shows up in their house. And they're saying, get the boy. You have to get the boy. We're taking the boy. And out of nowhere comes this cartoonish man. Looks a little bit like, who's the...
Yosemite Sam?
Yeah, Yosemite Sam.
Looks a little bit more like the prospector from Toy Story 2.
Okay.
Prospector Pete. Yeah.
But he is...
2 or 3? 3.
He is clearly a cartoon. He said, I'm your grandpa, and I'm here to save you. That thing where you set the lunchroom on fire last week, well, it's because you ate a hot pepper, and everybody knows cartoons eat a hot pepper. They spit fire.
He's a cartoon.
He is part cartoon.
Oh, my God.
He's got some sort of
cartoon physics.
Cartoon physics
Okay.
applies to this kid.
So I'm sorry. He does look like Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, okay. Apologies.
It still works.
My bad. And I was also thinking these crows kind of look... My only question, so I have a question. Keep going.
Yeah. So that's the basic premise of this book.
This is his mom.
Okay.
That's his mom.
My only
She's a
question
nurse.
was that your for real crow voice? Weren't those... Ah! We gotta get the boy!
Sponsored by Eat Crow.
Oh, my God.
I love it.
You're
Full
welcome.
circle. Full circle.
Yeah. So
All right.
this is just a really
One book?
one book so far. Issue 1 came out last week. If you see it, pick it up. I got.
Did you already give like the Who Made It stuff?
Yeah, Boom
Okay.
Studios.
Good. Yeah. Thank
I
you.
picked up this naked cover here. Looks great.
Beautiful.
No writing. I like those. Very beautiful.
That's awesome.
I lost the camera. That's good. All right.
This is totally up my jam. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
say
got,
Uncanny Valley. Any questions or thoughts?
No, I mean it's got a Roger Rabbit vibe.
Very Roger Rabbit.
World, you know,
Kinda, yeah.
here's what happens when these worlds collide. I love that.
And I knew almost nothing about this book when I grabbed it off the shelf. It looked interesting.
Cool.
It
Very cool,
reminds
man.
me of I did a short story in grad school, and the premise was this guy gets sucked into a dimension where he's actually in the world of Looney Tunes, and he finds himself in a group therapy session with Wile E. Coyote and Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd and their obsessions. They're trying to get over their obsessions, and they're really talking about it. So the story sucked, but the premise was great. So hopefully this,
Yeah.
no, I love it. And I love that the art style where the boy and the mom, they're rendered, realistically. And then you have like this Hanna-Barbera kind of flat style of like, the superhero and then kind of a Maleficent type figure in the background.
Yeah.
This
for
is
sure.
totally, yeah, I will absolutely pick up the trade of this.
Scotty, what's the rating and where can people get it?
I would give this probably, just on the premise in the first issue, 3.5.
Out of 4.
Yeah. I mean, you can go to comic book shop locator service and find your nearest shop.
Uncanny Valley. Go check it out. Mostly Superheroes is proud to be funded in part by our sponsors. Mostly Superheroes is funded in part by paying patrons who receive early, ad-free, and exclusive episodes. Subscribe at mostlysuperheroes.com/support. Thank you for supporting your favorite independent podcast. Mostly Superheroes is an independent podcast owned and operated by Kerrigan Ventures in St. Louis, Missouri. Hosted by Logan Janis, Andy Hunn, and Scott Swearingen. Brand and creative by Carrie Clark Design. Music by Audionautics. Learn more at audionautics.com. Find more at mostlysuperheroes.com.